Hi, this is Carl Potter with the Safety Institute, and I want to stop and talk to you if you're an employer, an employee, if you're a manager, supervisor, you're an executive with a company and you're trying to figure out how to get things going again. I want to talk to you really quick about this. Just take a few minutes. Thank you for your time. Thanks for tuning in to my channel here and taking a look at this. But a couple of things are real important. First of all, we're going to have to get back to one of my favorite questions I've been asking for 28 years in safety, and wrote a couple of books on this topic of who is responsible for safety. Now it's now who is responsible for safety now, and the answer is still the same as it was before this COVID-19 hit, and it is everyone. Everyone is responsible. But more importantly, it's more important than ever that we've got to have people who are willing to be held accountable for following the responsibility that has been deemed necessary in order to get back to work, so that we can develop trust between not only coworker to coworker, but between the worker and the employer. So employee-employer relationship. Supervisors going to be so important that we use a lot of grace in this time, because a lot of coworkers are going to be asking a lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of upper management going to be asking a lot of questions, and I've already been answering a lot of those questions with my clients as a consultant and an advisor for creating a safe workplace. And that's what I do, and obviously what I've done for 28 years. And now we've got some new questions. But some of the maps that I've drawn out and used to describe this with my clients is this, and these are just general. One of the things is that we may have to create our parking lots where they're split, so that we've got a shift A, shift B. We may have people coming in and coming out, and we have to keep them separated so that we can make sure that the people that are coming in are absolutely symptom-free. They haven't been around anybody that's exposed. And these are questions that you're probably going to send out to them or call them, and you can set up a procedure so that you can have them email you these answers, so that you get some questions set up about have they had it? Do they know if they've been tested positive? That would be first. If they've been tested positive, you want them to stay away for right now. But now, down the road, they may be the one person that can come in and work and not be affected. But we don't know that quite to this day. But big questions are going to be how you're feeling. Do you have a temperature? Do you have a cough? Do you have a sneeze? Are you having trouble breathing? All those kind of things that COVID-19 shows up as with symptoms. And so that we can get them in the parking lot first. So we want, so to speak, healthy people without the COVID-19 symptoms showing up the parking lot, so that they can come into an entrance lobby, so that once we get them in there, we can do the training. And you might do the training ahead of time and help people understand what's going to take place. And I'm actually providing some of that training online myself for some of my clients, and that just like this, so that we can say, okay, this is specific to your company. These are the kind of masks you're going to need or that you're going to use. These are the gloves. This is what you're going to do. So you wind up having people where they're not surprised when they get there. But you're also going to have to put some heads up, what I like to call heads up, some communications out there. As the people come in the parking lot, do not enter if you have these symptoms. Do not enter if you have these symptoms into the lobby area. Then, once we get in there, we do some questioning or some surveys and make sure that everybody that comes in here is good. And then as they come into the work area, we're going to bring them into the work area as a, quote, quarantine person while they're here for whatever time that is. Now, we're going to have to provide in that work area, we're going to have to provide clean bathrooms that have been disinfected. We're going to have to do all that. We're going to have to make sure that it is not an aerosol environment. In other words, a humid environment that can carry the COVID-19. If it is, we're going to have to up our game on several levels, and that's going to be the PPE, and probably put some air dryers in. There's going to be some things that we can do to really lower the risk that the COVID-19 can be spread, because that's really what this is all about. And all of these would be employer responsibilities. However, as an employee, we have to be willing to be held accountable for what we're responsible to do, and also so that we get that trust built. I know that the clients I'm talking to is, Carl, here's what you're going to have to do when you come into our workplace. We're already talking about that so that I can come in and help them and see what they're doing and advise them. So part of that is that I've got to also be willing to be held accountable so that I can do and know my responsibilities so that I can do what I'm doing so that my coworkers, they be my coworkers as I'm a consultant, but the people I'm working with feel comfortable working with somebody from the outside. May have to also ask, where have you been? Have you been, again, have you been to China? Have you been to Pittsburgh? Have you been to New Orleans or anywhere like that? And when? And how long ago was that? Are those the hot spots? New York City, New Jersey, those kind of places, if you have a consultant coming. Fortunately, I'm coming from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and right now we don't have a lot of outbreaks, so we're in pretty good shape here, and I should be a safe bet. But if I'm coming in from a different place, that may be a whole different ballgame. If I go to Pennsylvania to work with a company, then I may not be able to go anywhere else. They may say, no, we don't want you to come into our area or into our workplace and break the trust down of our people. So there's a lot of questions here that we've all got to ask as we move forward in creating a workplace where it's difficult for the COVID-19 to spread and infect others and wreak havoc. So I hope this is kind of helping. If you need some help with this, I look forward to talking to you. Carl at safetyinstitute.com, Carl at safetyinstitute.com, and I'd love to visit with you and see what we can do to help your company get back in production in a safe way. This is Carl Potter. Hope you go out and make it a safe day.